What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, seeing all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best lines at. And most importantly, you get access to Grand Action Lounge. What is Grand Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord, throw it into the chat here. We got basketball today. Not a ton of lines out. There's obviously been a lot of news. Some of the lines that I bet earlier are terrible bets. Some of the lines I bet earlier are great bets because of injuries. Obviously, Drew Holiday is out in this spot for this game. So, yeah, we're just going to get right into it. Starting off with the Milwaukee game. Milwaukee going up against Detroit. Like I said, Drew is now ruled out in this spot. I hit Middleton over 17.5 points, minus 105 at Betfred, probably an hour and a half ago, something like that, 2 hours ago. Now the line is sitting at 18.5, and I still think that line's a little bit low. We'll go ahead and check it out here. Middleton's been playing solid minutes recently. It's at, wow. Okay. It's at 22.5 now. All right, that skyrocketed. All right. I don't think I'd go with that bet. I mean, tough matchup here. Or not tough matchup here. Tough game because I think last time I checked it was a 17.5 point spread with after the Drew news probably sitting at 13.5. 22.5, just a bit too high. Gonna see a massive increase in usage. And while I'm very happy about this bet, we'll get to one that went the opposite way with Kyrie Irving next. But outside of that, Jaden Ivey over 17.5 points, minus 110 at Betfred. The next best line is minus 123, so that's a little bit tougher. It's mid-moving there. Still don't mind it, minus 123, but not something I'd go over top on. Bagley over 14.5 points. Obviously, Milwaukee size. They got Brolo. They got Giannis. I think Bagley plays a decent amount of minutes here. That line's moved a full point already. Still don't mind it at over 15.5 even money, but obviously 14.5 over minus 115 is better line. But still offering a little bit of value here. Dallas, Indy, like I said, I bet Kyrie Irving earlier on in the day when Luka was suspended. His suspension got rescinded. So Kyrie, obviously not a great bet considering you can get it at 24.5. I still like it at 24.5. Kyrie Irving has been solid even with Luka in the lineup. I know he had a rough 2 games going up against Charlotte the last 2 games, but outside of that, he's been great playing with Luka almost every single game. I'd still take the over 24.5, but 28.5 is not a great line for me to be at. Is what it is, though. Next line, we got Houston going up against the Knicks. I got Kevin Porter Jr. over 5.5 assists. I got it at minus 105 over at Betway. Same thing as DK. Porter. So looking at it, you can get it even money right now at FanDuel. Go hit that. I'm actually going to hit this. I'm going to hit this right here on the show because I want more money on it. And I have no idea why it's so low. I'll get to that in a second. Sorry, just have to sign in on another screen so you guys don't see all my info. Loading. Let's see if it can find my location here. Let's see if I can even get it on the screen. That's trouble. There we go. Let's see what let me get down at 200. That's not terrible, to be honest. So KPJ over 5.5 assists, 2-0, 4-0. So this line is definitely a bit too low. We have him projected for over 7 in this spot. Look at him recently while he's coming off a rough game versus Cleveland. 7, 10, 5, 4, 6, 6, 13, 4, 7, 13. He's been all over the place. And while I do worry a little bit about blowout, 6.6 assists per game this month. Again, we have him projected for over 7 in this spot here. Easy over for me. Next up, Phoenix, Utah. I've got a few unders in this spot. So first off, Okogie, whatever it is, under 3.5 rebounds. It's moved, I think, in most spots, but you can still get it at Barstool or Bet Rivers. at plus 110. So even better odds than I got. They just won't let me put any money down on anything. We have them projected for 2.85 in this spot here. Line's clearly too high. James Harden on track to play. Embiid's out, so I'll be looking into more things. I took the under on Okaji, 14.5 points, rebounds, assists, and Craig 13.5 points, rebounds, assists. They've both been hitting this at a pretty large rate recently. Eric in the chat asking about Craig over 6.5 points. I wouldn't take it. And then I also hit Booker under 5.5 assists here. He's hit the under in 9 of the last. He's hit the under in 7 straight. Oh, I guess we got it here. So yeah, hit the under in 7 straight. Only hit the over 4 times this month. Without Durant in the lineup, he has not been hitting the over. He's been kind of in shoot first mode. So line's definitely a little bit off. I have no idea why it's at even money. I know he's had exactly 5 in each of the last 3. I just don't understand this line at all. We're on the next game, Philly-Denver. I've got nothing. Obviously, Embiid got ruled out. It looks like Harden is on track to play. I might be hitting Harden's over. I probably am hitting Jokic's points over. Let's see if it's even out here yet. Let's go ahead and open this. Jokic obviously getting a much easier defensive matchup going up against not Embiid. Going against whoever. Line's moved to 26.5. It's down everywhere right now. Not surprising with the Embiid news. Yeah, I got nothing in this game for right now. Obviously, the lines are not going to be accurate. New Orleans versus Portland. I didn't bet anything. I'm not against the Valanciunas over of 12.5 or 11.5 rebounds, but I think that line's already moving. It was at plus 100 at FanDuel. Yeah, minus 105 over at BetMGM, minus 106 at Caesars. Honestly, not terrible lines. Don't hate it, but outside of that, I mean, obviously Portland's a mess. No idea who's playing at all. Probably going to be shutting down everyone because that's just what they're doing. Going for a better pick. But yeah. Minnesota, Sacramento. I don't think I have any bets in this game. Obviously waiting for the Fox news. It looks like he got news not too long ago that he was present at shoot around, but there's not really any lines out for this game because of that. Last game of the night, we got Chicago going up against the Clippers. I have a few bets here. DeMar DeRozan over 4.5 assists. Minus 109 at Caesars. I think you can get it plus 100 at one site. I don't know if it's one we have on here. It's plus 100 somewhere. Let me look this up because obviously I want to give you guys the best lines. Let me check. So I think it might be Bet 365. No, it's Barstool and Bet Rivers have it at plus 100. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you can get this line at plus 100 at Bet Rivers or Barstool. Forgot to include that in my write-up because I wrote that up just before the show. And yeah. Yeah, it's just a little bit too low of a line. And then Pat Bev under 6.5 points. So while he's averaging like 6.3, 6.2, 6.1 since he's been over on the Bulls, hit the under in 9 out of the last 12 games. He's not been hitting the over. He even had 2 double OT games in there. Versus Philly, he had 6 points, played 40 minutes. Versus Minnesota had 4 points, played 31 minutes. Always possible to foul out, especially going up against Westbrook with the ball in his hand a lot. Numbers just too high, but that's it. That's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Bye, kids.